So I had asked this maybe a week and a half ago on Instagram, just what questions you had for me about being a mom, being a new mom, breastfeeding, how it's been life with baby, Mitchell and I's relationship, how that's changed. Really any questions you guys had. And I just haven't gotten to it because Tegan's been snoozing for like 20 minutes max. So Mitchell's home, it's Sunday, so he's watching her while I'm in here with you guys. And yeah, we're just gonna get into this little Q&A. Well, apparently it's been a little while since I asked this. It's been about 2 weeks since I asked, so apologies. So I had a lot of breastfeeding questions, so I guess we can just start with that. The general questions about breastfeeding are, have you had any difficulty with breastfeeding, pain with breastfeeding? How long are you going to breastfeed for? Does it hurt? Is breastfeeding as painful as everyone's telling me? I'm 34 weeks. If I am breastfeeding, and how do I find it? I feel like it's the only thing I'm not prepared for. All the breastfeeding questions, please. Gave birth 2 weeks ago and need encouragement. All. Okay, so am I breastfeeding or am I giving her formula? Am I exclusively breastfeeding? Am I breastfeeding in public? Best breastfeeding products for nipples and to keep a good supply going. Currently 39 weeks. Okay, so like pretty much everything breastfeeding. So we'll start with that. We'll start with the big one. Am I breastfeeding? Yes, I am breastfeeding. I am exclusively breastfeeding. I am using a bottle occasionally to feed Tegan, but it is with my breast milk. Sometimes she takes to it, sometimes she doesn't. It just kind of depends. If we get the bottle to her right away, she'll take to it. Like once she's up, she'll take to it. But if we go and change her diaper first and then she's just kind of like hysterically crying and just not in that mood for a bottle, she'd rather have the boob, then there's just really no way to getting her to latch onto a bottle. I never thought, like, all I've wanted to do was breastfeed. I never thought about formula. I've never thought about any other substitution for breastfeeding Tegan. That was like from the start, from the get-go. That's what I wanted to do. Breastfeeding, she latched right away after I gave birth to her. Whenever I had her on me, she latched right away, which was great. Even the lactation nurse said that she had a great latch whenever she came in just to see how I was doing. So that was very encouraging. It didn't hurt at all. It didn't feel weird. I wasn't like nervous. I really didn't have any negative thoughts going into breastfeeding. A few moms that I had chatted with, either from work or just friends, they had said that they experienced a lot of pain whenever they were breastfeeding a couple weeks into it, and so I was a little mindful of that. But as far as the first 2 weeks, didn't hurt. She was cluster feeding quite a bit, so once the cluster feeding started, which was around 2.5, maybe 3 weeks in, Lord help me. And I don't say that. I say that not to discourage you, but to know to expect it. That hurt. That really did hurt. She would latch and it would bounce from like my right boob to my left boob. So at first my right boob was so sore. So whenever she would latch to it, I would like look at Mitchell and just be like, okay, it's going. And I don't know, like I don't think I was clogged or anything like that. I just think it was just that time. So she was breastfeeding, she was feeding probably every 30-45 minutes, and it was just tough on my boobs. Like one, just exhausting for me, but so sore on my boobs. So she would latch, and once that boob started hurting, I would favor my left side, obviously because it's not hurting, but because she would feed so often, I'm like, okay, this boob now is getting engorged because I don't ever put it on the side because it hurts so bad. So I would have to just like bite my lips through it. And then maybe 3 days later, my left side would hurt. And so I'm just like, what the hell? And my right side would be fine. So it kind of alternated pain. I did use this brand. This guy, this is a little travel size, but it helps soothe and protect sore nipples. So I would put that on, and that seemed to help. It doesn't have any effects with Tegan, so whenever it can be on your nipple while you're breastfeeding or right before. You don't have to wipe it off. So I used that and that helped, but like it didn't make it go away. Like the pain was still there, just not as much. And like my nipples did crack. They didn't bleed, but they did crack. Like I could just tell that they were just like raw. So after that 3-week mark, I powered through it and it's been fine ever since. I have not had any pain with them. The only time my boobs are painful is whenever I just haven't pumped or when Tegan hasn't drained them and they're just like, there's lots of milk in there. That's the only time my boobs hurt. Other than that, I've loved breastfeeding. I love looking down at her. I love the bond that we're having. I love just hearing her coos. It's so, in my opinion, rewarding. If you choose to do formula, nothing against that. Whatever is best for you, whatever's best for you and baby, that's priority. So whichever route you go, if you decide to do both, like whatever's best for you is whatever's best for baby. So I strongly believe in that. I just chose to breastfeed, and I've loved it. That 3-week mark though, that hurts. It did hurt me. What keeps a good supply going? Staying hydrated, so drinking tons of water, keeping your calories up because you're giving nutrients to you, to your baby. So just make sure you're eating like a colorful palette. But I have not had any lactation brownies, anything like that, any added like little, I don't know, like any powdered substitute to help boost it. I have not done yet because I still have a good supply. I pump depending maybe between 3 to 6 ounces on each side. Sometimes like my right side will just like boost it up and go 6 ounces and I can still keep pumping. And then my left side's like at a sad 2 ounces. And then like the next day it goes up again. So I just been drinking a lot of water, been eating just lots of calories. As far as my pump, I have the Spectra S1. It's the blue one. I love it. It's portable, meaning it does not need to be linked in to an outlet source for it to power. So if I'm in the car, if I'm just in a chair that's not next to an outlet, it still pumps, it still goes, it's chargeable. Whereas the S2, you need to be linked into an outlet. My pump, it's pretty quiet. It has a little bit of a sound just whenever it like pumps and like whenever it's pulling, whenever it has a suction going, you can kind of hear like a other than that, I love it. It's great. It's so easy and it's lightweight. It's easy to carry. Love it. She doesn't take to the bottles that it came with. If she does take to a bottle, funny girl, she'll do the Como bottles or the one that looks like a boob. What's it called? I can input pictures right over here. But she'll take to those 2 bottles if she does. Just depends. And then how long do I plan on breastfeeding Tegan? I plan on breastfeeding her until her little teeths come in. Originally I said a year, but we'll just see how, if it hurts whenever she latches because of her teeth, then I'll probably just stick to pumping and giving her milk through a bottle and sadly remove my boob from the equation. But that could change, but this is just kind of like what I'm thinking. Back to the pumping. How soon did I start pumping? My pump didn't come in until maybe a week after Tegan was here, I think. So around that time is whenever I started pumping. And I don't pump too often. I pump maybe twice a day, if that. I know you're supposed to pump a lot to increase your milk supply so it stays flowing and stays full. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I have other things to do during the day. Even though it's like only 10 minutes or 15, I just don't pump that often. So some fitness related questions as I expected. How long did it take for my baby belly to go down? I'll insert a photo here that I think is like maybe a week or 2 after. It's been maybe 2 months now. Yeah, it's a little bit more than 2 months since I've had Tegan, and I feel like my stomach is just now starting to slim down. I still don't fit into all of my outfits that I fit prior to pregnancy because I have gained some weight and I will keep on a couple extra pounds because I am breastfeeding, but I still have not been able to fit into everything comfortably, which I'm totally fine with. I think just recently is whenever I feel like my baby's bump has been shedding. I feel a little bit tighter, a little bit slimmer, and that is because I am going back into the gym. I am getting some cardio in, some weights going in. I would probably just say probably around now is whenever I could say confidently like I'm starting to see a difference, but that is because I am exercising. So I will take that into account. I don't know what it would look like if I didn't exercise, but 2 months in, I would start saying that I was starting to slim down significantly. And then how have you been able to jump back into fitness or just going with the flow? I'm not pressuring myself to get into this crazy strict routine. Like Mitchell and I trying to balance our schedule is difficult because he works pretty much 8 to 5. And then I could go to the gym in the morning, so I could go at like 4 a.m. whenever she's down after I put her down if she gets up at that time. And at night I'm like, yeah, cool, I have energy now. Like I'll get up at 4, I'll just like throw on just a quick face maybe just to feel good, and then I'll just bounce to the gym, or I'll just, you know, put my hair up and go, whatever the case may be. But that time comes and I'm just like, hell no, I'm gonna go to sleep. Catch me later. And then when he gets home, I just want to spend time with him. I want to spend time with him and baby and family together. So the weekends I really am able to go to the gym because he's home all day with Tegan, and I pretty much have all day with him, so I can excuse myself for an hour, maybe an hour and a half to go to the gym. But I'm not hard on myself if I miss a day. It is what it is. I could do a lot of home workouts, but I just like the gym environment more than a home workout. But I can't really be too picky, so if it came down to it and I felt like I had to go but I couldn't get to the gym, I would do a home workout. Comfortable jeans, sweats, or bottoms to wear in general while pregnant. Align leggings from Lulu. I swear up and down by these. I love them. They are comfortable, they feel soft, they don't feel constricting, like they cover your bump pretty much all the way up for the most part, and I love those. Jeans, I did not wear any jeans. No, I think once I found out I was pregnant and my bump popped, I just wore leggings or I wore dresses. How long does she sleep between feedings? So during the night, she'll go down around 9 o'clock is her bedtime, and then she'll be back up maybe around 1 or 2, and then sometimes she won't be up until around 7. The other night though, we got 9.5 hours, so she was down from 9 o'clock until about 7, and it was a dream. So nice. And then she's given us some 5 and 6 hour stretches, but what she's been giving us mostly is from 9 to maybe 2, and then from 2 to about 5 or 6. Just recently she's been giving us longer stretches, which has been really great. Do I recommend the Nuna car seat? I love our Nuna products. So we have the Nuna Mix 2 stroller. So easy to go up and down, like it's lightweight. I love it. There's no complaints. It's an easy stroller to just pull these 2 little levers on the side, and it folds down all in one, and it's easy to pick up. There's a brake on the bottom to where the lock, so that it won't, the stroller won't move. I have the Nuna Pippa Light car seat, and it just pops so easily into, obviously the Mix because they're the same brand, but into the car seat base insert in the car, and it's lightweight, and it has this little dream canopy so that whenever we're taking her around town, we can pop that so that there's a lot of shade covering her from the sun because we're in Palm Springs, and then also there's like some side ventilation to still keep an airflow going, and I love it. No complaints, totally recommend it. It is pricey though, so it definitely is a investment, but we adore it. Have you or did you use the waist strap after giving birth, or what was your thoughts, opinions on it? So if you're referring to like a waist trainer, no, but because I did have a C-section, I did have, and I'm sure you could do this too if you had vaginal, I had it's like a waistband, so it's like this big white band. I don't know where I put it on because I don't use it anymore, but it like wraps around your belly and velcros to itself, and it just keeps you like nice and tight and firm, and it helps just keep everything kind of like tight and together. And I liked it. I felt really great whenever I used it. I think I stopped using it maybe about a month after birth, but when you go to the hospital, if that's how you plan to deliver, ask for it because they can give it to you and you can keep it, and I really liked it. I definitely recommend it. Oh, what's my favorite thing about my new baby girl, Tegan? Girl, everything. I love her little cheeks. She's starting to smile now, so whenever I can get her to smile and do just like a big open mouth smile, it's like the cutest. I'll put a photo here. I mean, how could you not just think this is adorable? So I love that. And she's starting to hold her head up. So whenever I have her on my shoulder and we're just kind of like walking through the house, and I can see that we passed by a mirror and her head's just like all perked up and just like observing everything and just like looking around. It's amazing. It's like, I mean, we're holding our heads up right now, but to see like a little baby do it, you're just like, whoa, you're doing it. That's crazy. So I love that. I just love seeing her milestones, and just everything about her is my favorite. Like, just, I love it. Like, literally everything she does, her little toes, her cheeks, like the way she grabs my finger. I'm obsessed with her. What's been the biggest challenge so far, and what's the best part of being a mom? The biggest challenge, I would say, is between me and Mitchell. Our relationship has definitely had to change because of Tegan and how we communicate and how we rely on each other, and the support, whether that's verbal, physical support, like helping out around the house, or just whenever he comes home, acknowledging if I was able to get housework done. Because I mean, shit, honestly, sometimes it's so difficult. She's only down for 20 minutes, so do I eat? Do I shower? Do I go to the restroom? There's so many times I've had to go to the restroom while holding her. Like, it's just, and he's not here all the time to see that, to see how difficult it is. So I think the biggest challenge between our relationship is to acknowledge each other, and especially like he feels it where I need to acknowledge how much he's working outside of the house and having a job, and unfortunately missing out on some of these moments with Tegan and I understand that. And then for me, it's whenever he comes home, to see how much work I've done around the house, if able to see, you know, how much work I put in with Tegan that day, or just how drained I am, and then to also not add to it. So, you know, don't just put your dishes in the sink dirty, wipe them off and put them away because you've seen that I've cleaned the kitchen. Or whenever you come home, don't just throw your socks on the ground, like go put them in your hamper. Honestly, like little things like that really have like meant the world to me whenever he does it, because it won't add to my plate the next day to pick up. I think the biggest challenge is just maintaining a healthy relationship with Mitchell, because it's so easy to be like, I've been home with Tegan all day, she's been, you know, difficult, she's been fussy, she's been going through like a milestone, and so it's difficult on her. So it's difficult on me because I don't know what she needs. She's just not taking to my boob, she's not wanting to go down for a nap, she's just not happy, you know, and new changes are happening for her, so she's uncomfortable with them. And so it's just like, hey babe, like will you please take her so that I can go shower? And he's like, well, I've been working all day, so I just want to like relax at home, like, and you know, obviously I want to hang out with you and baby, but I also just want to like kick it and watch TV and just like mellow out. Like, can you burp her? And I'm like, no, can you burp her? I want to go shower, like I stink, I haven't washed my hair in 5 days, like dear God. So that's a long tangent on just examples, but I would say the biggest challenge so far is, it would definitely be between me and Mitchell, and just maintain a healthy relationship that has open communication, that doesn't have any passive aggressive tones to it. So definitely that. And the best part of being a mom, the best part is honestly just seeing her grow, is whenever she's using her legs to kick and she's starting to like listen and hear the sounds and like realize, oh, whenever I kick the piano that is by my feet, it plays a sound and I like it, so I'm gonna do that again. Like I don't know how to pinpoint it. Everything about being a mom is my favorite. It is so difficult, don't get me wrong, but whenever I look down and I hold her and she's just like peaceful and cooing, and even whenever she's crying, I'm just like, what are we crying about? What, did you have a bad dream? Like just talking with her, and I'm like, it's gonna be my best friend, like forever. Like to just realize how exciting that is, I think is the best part. To see her and to hold her every day, it's my favorite thing. Like the best thing about being a mom, all of it. I cannot prioritize one thing more than another because it's all amazing. So difficult, but so amazing. Do I still feel like myself after baby? Improved you or lost? So with my C-section, I wasn't able to drive for 6 weeks post surgery. So I think during that first month plus, I definitely felt a little lost because I had to wait either on my mom to get home or for Mitchell to get home to run errands, because I was pretty much, you know, stuck at home all day and I couldn't get out. So it was definitely difficult staying home, you know, not really having time to go shower. And I told Mitchell this. I remember telling him, I'm gonna be one of those moms that does not let myself go. And by that I mean, like, I'm gonna be able to always do my hair and do my makeup and feel glam and like shower and brush my teeth and, you know, have my shit together pretty much. And nope. Get that out of the, get that out of here. That did not happen, and that's totally fine. It's honestly totally fine. Like, there are so many other things that I had to prioritize and to get ready. And whenever I did get ready though, I did feel great because, you know, your body is just a little bit heavier, a little bit saggier in places that you may not be used to. Plus, you know, you're not looking your best because your hair is just like in this rat's nest. You got some dark eyes going on, so when you look in the mirror, you're like, what the fuck? Like, I got this beautiful baby and my body just did this amazing thing, but like, holy fuck, like I do not feel like me. And I definitely did not feel like me for a while. But now that, you know, she sleeps a little bit longer, me and Mitchell have, you know, figured out ways to help each other feel like ourselves. Like, you know, he's watching Tegan, and so I can go to the gym. Since I'm able to get out of the house, I can go run errands, and that just, honestly, getting outside in the sun makes you feel so much better. So I would say the first month or so, I definitely hit a lull, and I definitely did not feel like myself. Now I feel great. I have a beautiful daughter. I'm getting back into the gym. Like, I'm starting to feel like me. I'm starting to just like get this nice groove of a mom, like a mom going on. So where's your mama necklace from? Also, our girls were born only a day or two apart. Oh, congrats to you. My mama necklace, if you can see, it says mama on here. Mitchell got this for me for like a push present, and I want to say he got this from Chari, something like that. It was a little expensive, and I think Nordstrom had one for a little bit more inexpensive, but I will link the website for this necklace down below. So you continue to take your prenatal vitamins after giving birth. Yes, some days I forget, but most days I do take them. I also take a multivitamin as well from Gains in Bulk, and I take my prenatal still. And then if I can remember, which I like having a clean countertop, so I always put things away. And this little vitamin C little container, I always put it away, and I sometimes forget to bring it out, but I do a drop of that on my boob whenever I'm feeding Tegan so that she can get some vitamin C in her. And they recommend doing that for about 2 years. So I do have that, but I do take my prenatals. I don't know where we left off. My camera just decided to stop recording, but we'll start with this question. Was a C-section recovery as bad as you thought? The first, I would say, 4 to 5 days after my C-section was really tough. Mitchell had to help me move my legs over to get out of bed. He had to help me up, had to help me down, had to help me walk, like brace me. So that was really difficult. From then after, I would say it's gotten a lot better, especially with some of the medication that helped the pain, helped the swelling, and I 100% would say I would do it again. I have no regrets doing a C-section. I'm very thankful that my recovery has been so easy and smooth, and the only thing is with that, I have had some ingrown hairs go through where my scar is that have irritated it and have bled and have a little bit of pus come out. I did go to my OB to check on that. He gave me an antibiotic to help with the inflammation and to help with the hairs from coming in, but I would say that's the only that's the only complication I've had from my C-section. What are some of your must-haves for a baby registry? 13 weeks and 5 days here. I'm trying to prepare. Definitely get a boppy. Boppy, for sure. That is like a little half donut that goes around your waist whenever you're breastfeeding to help support you, to help support baby. That thing is a game changer. That has helped so much. Like, literally, I can put Tegan on that. She can be on my boob, and you have 2 hands free, and you can, you know, either eat, drink your coffee, check your phone, and also, like, depending on how much your baby feeds for. Tegan early on would feed like legit 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So imagine just holding a baby, even 8 pounds. Do you think 8 pounds is no big deal? That weighs down on you after freaking 8 minutes. So get a boppy. It has saved me. What else? Do not open all of your registry gifts at once. See what your baby likes. see what's comfortable for you and baby to use, and then, you know, if baby takes to it, then unwrap, you know, the remainder of those gifts that are similar, because if not, you're kind of stuck with them. And that's what I did, is I unwrapped all those bottles because I heard great things, and now they're just decorations because I don't have the receipts, I don't have the packaging. So yeah, and then, oh, Amazon gift cards. Get lots of Amazon gift cards. Because that's just been amazing. It comes to your door, it's so quick, and you can pretty much do anything with gift cards. So I would say definitely get a boppy. Do not open up all your gifts right away. Get an Amazon gift card, and then another gift that I've loved. Definitely get a diaper pail, and yeah, this guy right over there, Genie. Love it. I'm sure I'll think of like other things. I'll put some baby must-haves in the, oh, actually, this is what I have. I have a Amazon profile that has all my baby must-haves on there, or all of my like favorite products from baby related things. So like the baby gym that we have for Tegan, my favorite burp cloths, things like that. So I would check that out, see what resonates with you, but for sure the boppy, like that, A1. Definitely get the boppy. And then you'll definitely need a diaper bag. I like the ones with the backpack style, so 2 straps. Okay. How did being pregnant / having a newborn around change your sex life? Personal story. Here's a personal story. So Mitchell and I think we stopped pretty much having sex whenever I was a month, maybe a month plus from due date. So just my size, how uncomfortable I felt, just like movement, I did not feel sexy. Like he was so sweet, and he always tried to make me feel good, but like I just wasn't feeling it about myself. So Mitchell and I, we tried to have sex, and it was just like nerve-wracking, because I was like, what's it gonna feel like? Is it gonna hurt? Am I gonna like it again? So the first time I was just like, whoa, this is just too much. No, sorry, I think the first time in September we just, I don't know, can I say oral? That feels kind of weird to say that, but I think that's just what it was. We actually recently, I would say, just had sex, and you know, we were like, you know, go slow. Okay, let me just restart. So September, oral. Okay, we're not gonna make that word weird, even though it sounds weird. We're not gonna make it weird. Then I want to say end of September, we tried to have sex, and whenever we were having the sex, I, you know, told him go slow, and he was just like, talk to me, like, does it feel uncomfortable? Like, tell me like if it's too much, and I'll stop, blah, blah, blah. So went very slow, and I was just like, this is just, it doesn't hurt like painful, it was just uncomfortable that I was like, can't do this. So we stopped, totally fine. Then recently, we tried it again, and you know, it went slow, and it was fine, and then it was fine, and it was good. And because I'm not on birth control right now, it's been a while, so I'm assuming it's gonna be not the longest ever. So I'm, you know, he's, you know, whatever, and I'm like, condom, and he's just like, and I'm like, then no sex. So we stopped. Yeah, so that's how that went. Funny stuff. The hardest part about motherhood for you, most challenging thing about becoming a new mom. Okay, let me just say this. The hardest thing about being a mom that I found is being my age and being a mom, so 23, a young mom in my opinion, is whenever older moms try to tell me how to mom, or they, you know, tell me, oh, you should do it like this. And they say that without me asking for advice. So I'm doing something, they're like, oh, you shouldn't burp her like that. You should burp her like this. And I burp, and Mitchell burps Tegan on her knee, where we're just supporting her chin like this. You know, we're not on her neck, we're supporting her chin, and we just pat her on the back. And we find that that's what works for us. And whenever I'm around family or around other friends, even just out in public, I've gotten like comments and just like weird looks, like, looks like you're choking your baby, you shouldn't burp her like that, you should burp her over your shoulder. And I'm like, thank you, but we're good. We don't need the advice. We don't need your opinion. We didn't ask for it. So please do not give it, because I don't want it. So I would just say, just having people just give unsolicited advice, whether it's coming from a good place or whether it's coming from a place that they think that they know better. I just don't like it. And I also think it's been difficult being a young mom, or I will just speak for myself, being in my position where I am having to tell my aunts, having to tell my mom, my parents, my, you know, older friends, whoever it may be that have maybe had kids or maybe haven't, that we don't want them holding her like that, or just having that voice to tell my parents who, like, I'm their daughter, you know, but I'm also a mom now. So finding that voice of yours to be like, this is my baby, and even though I'm your baby, I'm gonna tell you how to hold her. I'm gonna tell you, you know, give her back to me because she's crying and you can't soothe her. She wants me. You might have been able to soothe your baby, but this is my baby now, so please give her back to me nicely. So I think that's been probably the most difficult that I've encountered, is telling my own aunts, telling my parents, you know, that they don't know best anymore for what's best for me and Tegan. That's been a fun one. I'm having a C-section in 2 weeks. Any tips, most needed items? If you want to go check that out, what to expect with a C-section, I have a C-section video. I'll link that down below because I went over everything I brought, what I didn't need, or like what I didn't end up using, what the hospital ended up giving me. Go check that out because I just run through a list of things. How's my kitty doing with the baby? I'm pregnant and scared how mine will be. Dakota's been so chill. Like, she's a little curious. Like, she kind of like looks at it like, what do we bring home? But she's not laying on her. She's not trying to lay on her. She has laid on her DockATot without her being in there, and she has tried to like get and sit in her car seat. And I don't really know what that means. Like, if she's jealous or she just like wants to claim it as her own item. But as far as Dakota with baby, she's just chilling. Like, I'll be feeding Tegan and Dakota will be laying right on my leg. Like, she's not trying to like pot Tegan or like just get in her business. She just kind of wants to be like by me, and it's really sweet. So that's how Dakota's doing with her. Did you get a lot of stretch marks, and does it bother you if you have them? So I got some stretch marks on my stomach that I'm putting cream on, and they don't bother me. Like, they're not, I mean, to me they're not that noticeable. I don't think Mitchell's even noticed them. But those stretch marks to me represent what my body did. Carried a baby for almost 9 months, and as a result I got some stretch marks, and that's no big deal. And I think what my body did was kick ass. So to me, they're not seen as a negative. At first I did look at them and I was like, oh, bummer, like, you know, I'm not kind of bites. But then thinking about it more, I'm just like, no, like, those tell a story that my body carried my baby for 9 months, and that's something to be proud of. So that's how I'm looking at it now, and they don't bother me at all. Am I trying to reduce them? Of course. But if they stick around, cool, come with. Be around for baby number 2 whenever that happens, you know? But I'm not looking at them in the mirror and going, oh, fuck. You know, like, that sucks. Not at all. How do I do it when nursing in public? So I have a little cover. I think I got it from either Copper Pearl. No, I got it from Milk Snob. And I just, you know, put it over my head, and it covers my shoulder that Tegan is nursing on, and then I have this arm out of it and free to just do whatever. And it's fine. Like, Mitchell and I had to go to Walmart the other day, and she started crying because she just woke up from a nap, and so I had to carry her around under that and just feed her while we're walking through Walmart. No big deal to me. Some people do look at it like, what the heck, like, what are you doing with, you know, what's under that cover? Or they just kind of like look at what I'm doing and then look at me like it's weird. I'm like, just like, fuck it. My baby needs milk right now, and we're on errands, and this is what it's gonna be because I don't have a bottle. And even if she didn't want the bottle, this is what we're gonna do. So you just kind of, it's honestly just like, fuck it. And if I didn't have that cover, I would probably position my shirt to where it, like, I have a tank top under here, but I would position it like this and pull my bra down, and then just have her feed that way to where some of my boob is covered. Because yeah, I don't want, you know, all these randos looking at my titties. But if your baby's crying and she wants to be fed and you're out in public, feed your baby, you know? and like Mitchell had to go to a wedding and she had to feed. She wouldn't take the bottle, so she just fed and we're just chilling. Another mom was there that we were inside where the dance floor was and everyone was still having dinner, so we were in there kind of by ourselves. She was with her husband, and then just like people kind of like servers walking in and out, people going in and out to go to the restroom. So we were just chilling on the couch and I had my cover on, and she just had her boppy around her. She had a 4-month-old boy and she just had boob out. Baby was, you know, drinking his milk and she was just eating with, you know, titty out. Oh, there's my baby. So she didn't care, and you know, that's awesome. Me, I'm not quite there yet. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm finishing up this Q&A. Oh, baby. Hi. Hello. Am I your mommy? Am I gonna feed you? Yeah, I'm gonna feed you. It's okay. It's coming. It's coming. Ah, the booby's coming. Ah, it's coming. So quick, I promise. He's like, move quicker, Dad. I want that booby. Yeah, oh, a little tear. Hi, honey. Oh, hello. Hi. Oh, come here. Come here. Can you say hi really quick? Oh. Can you say hi? No? Okay, guys. I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go feed Tegan. Thank you for sending in your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this little sit down chit chat with me. And yeah, we'll do some more in the future. Tegan, you say bye. Say bye bye. Okay, bye guys.